Hi, I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Oh. Many people is like, yeah, you ain't talking about your boy 50 and this lawsuit. Yeah, you're real quiet about this lawsuit. I'm like, oh my God. One, if you've been on my Patreon, when the news broke, we were already ahead of it. Okay. So when y'all came at me and was talking crazy, we were already prepared for all of this. And when people don't seem to like what they hear, they come up with reasons and excuses to try to submerge everyone's ideals down, because the masses are saying this. That means we got to go along with the masses. Now, they want 50 Cent to do bad. They want him to lose. They hate that 50 Cent is in the position that he's in because of who he's associated with, who he moves with, everybody. They hate it. They hate the fact of what he did to Diddy. I didn't agree with what he did with Diddy, but the same thing, they think I cover for 50 Cent. Like, you're covering for him. I don't have to cover for him. Okay? I don't have to be his apologist. That's not what I do. There's no need for me to do any of that because it's not beneficial to me. I'm just covering and telling you the information as it comes along. So everyone seemed to believe that I was defending him so much. And now this is going to backfire because 50 Cent is going to go down. And this is all, I'm like, you guys are so caught up in the theatrics of things because I guess it's social media, you know, and that's just how it moves now. Yeah, that's how people move and operate. Nowadays, it's, hey, what have you done lately? All right. Everyone gets worried when they get in situations they can't control. So that's when the panic starts to hit. Everybody's trying to scramble to come up with something. They're like, we got to scramble. We got to come up with something new. What we're doing ain't working. So 50 Cent's former employee, right, decided it was going to be a good idea. Probably one of the best ideas they ever came up with. We're going to come up with this great idea. And guess what we're going to do in this great idea? And this great idea that we have, this great rollout, this great outstanding plan that we put forth to the world, we got a foolproof plan to unveil to the world. Let's go out and get a fake lawsuit. Well, I won't say fake. Let's go get some lawsuit talking about stuff that happened about about 5, 6 years ago. Let's start bringing that stuff up. Mm. They don't want to see the best of the best be represented in that way. 50 Cent has to fall. They don't want a black man in position of power. They don't like it. They want him gone. They want these guys completely wiped out. That's why he don't care. He don't have time to care. He's too busy trying to create content, like real content. So he doesn't have time to worry about this nonsense and go back and forth with him on social media, and they looking for an angle. He pissed off a lot of people. When he did the Diddy thing, it pissed off a lot of people. People in the industry that used to be cool with both sides, that was just staying silent, was like, oh, you gonna do that? I don't know about that. And it rubbed people the wrong way. Not everybody was laughing with him. And it's like, dude, even if you don't like him, you don't have to tear a man down like that. He didn't do anything to you. 50 was like, I don't care. Look, they want to pay me, show my face, no problem. No, 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 no. Yeah, there's always new details. It's the entertainment world, it's celebrity, it's Hollywood. And 50 Cent's about to become a player in this game at a high level. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to come and try to tear him down before he gets started. When somebody says they're going to develop their whole distribution line for filming their own product, and other people can come in there and they're going to be eating off that. This is like $1 billion business that's being set up. People don't recognize it because they can only see what's in front of their face. They don't see what's down the line. They can't see 5, 4 years ahead. And that's why those people who think ahead get ahead, because they already prepared for what's to come. Most people can see what they wait. They got to smack them right in the face. I do it every day. I tell y'all what's happening in the industry, NBA, everything. Y'all like, no, it ain't, no, it ain't, no, it ain't. Then ESPN comes, da-da-da, da-da-da, and this happened. Wow, can you believe that? And act like I never said anything. That's the name of the game. You know, they just deniability. They don't ever give you your credit for anything that you said. Mm. So exactly. But let's let this play out.
50 Cent sued. A former employee makes terrifying claims of threats and retaliation, and she says she has texts to prove it. Plus, I'll tell you what 50 Cent has to say about it. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. Named Monique Mayers paints 50 Cent as the boss from hell in a new lawsuit, and she makes a lot of allegations that include threats, FBI investigations, and the possibility that 50 Cent's associates were involved in the 2006 murder of Busta Rhymes' bodyguard. Mayers says she worked for 50 Cent for 12 years, and for part of that time, she did the work of 3 executives without complaint. But then in 2019, Mayers claims in a lawsuit just filed that things between her and 50 started to go south. In the lawsuit, Mayers' attorneys write, Jackson ran his workplace the same way he built his public persona, through fear, humiliation, loyalty tests, and punishment. Money bought power. Power demanded obedience. Anyone who refused became a target.
Now, what they doing, and this is what I tried to warn 50 Cent about. The same thing you're pushing on Diddy, that you're just placating to, is the same thing they're going to use against every other black celebrity. So if they did it to him, what do you think they're going to do to your black ass? See, this is why I try to tell people that when you get in this game of trolling, it might be fun, but some things ain't funny. Like, you gotta look at the bigger picture. Now, when you start saying okay, yeah. So they saw with the play that happened with Cassie getting all this money. Cassie got 30 million. So now here come every former employee. They seeing all these former employees of Diddy get paid money. So anybody who has Kyrie, we're talking about a whole different topic, though. I appreciate the super chat, though. No, he didn't take a dive. He lost. He chose not to get up because he was gonna lose anyway. He couldn't win. He knew that. But now here's the situation. The people saw that lawsuit and they came in and decided that all of these people that are involved in this situation, they see that, oh, this is a chance to get some money. We could use all this, mess his whole name up, and he'll want to settle with us because he got all this stuff going on. So we could get a bag. And anybody who had been a terrible employee, disgruntled, had an issue with somebody, this is the angle they're going to push forever. I don't even think 50 Cent was there when Busta Rhymes' bodyguard was his life got lost.
Mayers claims in her suit that 50 Cent started asking her in 2019 to do things that were illegal. First, Mayers claims 50 wanted her to help him cover up bankruptcy fraud by helping his bodyguard buy his mother a house to hide money he had earned. The lawsuit states, on January 14th, 2019, Ms. Mayers texted Jackson directly, checked with the accountant, and you wouldn't be able to do anything for the house through the foundation. She then forwarded the accountant's advice to Walters and suggested Walters use the funds from the recent $168,000 wire as a down payment, a lawful alternative to the scheme Jackson had proposed.
Well,
second, Mayers claimed
you're going to need a lot of proof for that. Now, here's the thing. And I'm glad that it was being brought up. But here's the news. If those claims are true, then where is everybody at? Where is everybody? Why didn't they round the people up? I'm quite sure if that constituted wire fraud in a bankruptcy case, why don't you go to the authorities? Why are you trying to sue for money for wrongful termination if this is a crime of what he's doing? There's no proof of the alleged scheme. All you're saying is this person got 168,000 in a wire telling him to go and acquire a house. Who said that was for an alleged scheme? There's no evidence of it that you sent in the paperwork. So the verbiage is going to be like everything else is speculation, unless you have evidence and proof that that's exactly what it's for. You have a piece of paper saying that 50 Cent said, I need you to do this to put it in his name for this bankruptcy case. If you don't have that, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing here?
that 50 Cent and his associates wanted Mayers to file a false police report claiming the rapper's bodyguard stole his car, but in reality, he believed the bodyguard had stolen $600,000 from him. That money, according to Mayers, had never been reported by 50 to the bankruptcy court as earned income. The lawsuit states, in a single day, Jackson had asked Ms. Mayers to file a false police report for a car that was not stolen, be an accomplice in concealing $600,000 in undisclosed cash from a state court, and fire Walters for the alleged theft while Jackson listened from the shadows. In every instance, Jackson wanted someone else to stand between him and his illegal conduct or enable his feckless conduct. In every instance, Ms. Mayers refused.
Now, if this is the case, you would have, if it's a false that she turned down, where's the evidence that you have that he asked for you to file a false police report for a car that was not stolen and concealed the $600,000 in undisclosed cash from a state court? Go to the cops. If you felt that this was an injustice, why didn't you go to the authorities? This would clearly be a case for fraud, RICO, and all this other stuff, right? They'll be building a Fed investigation. And she said she refused to do it. So, was it your morals that kicked in this day? You know, I'm always leery when I see things that don't make sense. When I see things that don't add up, that's not making sense, that's when I got to start asking questions. Because when you start asking the questions, that's when people get nervous. That's when people That's when they start getting insane. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Q. Good night, good morning. Yeah, it's both for me right now. I'm going off for 5 hours sleep out of the last 48 hours. I got a housekeeper on the way. I got to mess some more things up in this crib. Yeah, let's go through this.
Because of all of this, including not firing the bodyguard, she says she was fired in late March of 2019, was promised severance, but never received it. And she says that she was harassed and threatened by people associated with 50 Cent for years. The suit claims, after attacking Ms. Mayers' reputation, Jackson's intimidation campaign moved to her phone. From January 2020 through March 2026, Ms. Mayers documented more than 83 incidents of harassment involving at least 25 unique phone numbers from California, Texas, Georgia, New York, and in one instance, Tanzania. The suit includes texts like this one from 2023 that reads, "Who is this?" The sender responded, "I'm your friend 50. Are you still in San Diego?" Mayers responded, "You have the wrong number. Did he give you this number?" The sender responded, "Yeah, he did. Is this the wrong number? He said he would get me in tonight to watch him. Are you able to get in touch with him?"
Hold on. This your friend 50? This is 50. Good morning. Yes. All right. Oh, Manchester United all day. That's right, the red man. Oh, I thought you would know, man, dude. We used to cover Manchester United games. It's nothing like these games here. Watching those games make you want to fight everybody. He said, "Your guy's finally here." So, anyway, who starts off a comment saying, "It's your boy 50"? Did he give you this number? Yeah. Are you still in San Diego? Oh, oh my God. He said he would get me tonight.
Mayers responded, "What's your name?" The sender responded, "Victor Sena." Mayers responded, "Where did you meet him so I refresh his memory?" The sender responded, "That was last night here in San Diego. It was very quickly because he was busy." Mayers responded, "No problem. Where exactly so I can remind him?" The sender responded, "At Park, San Diego." As time passed, Mayers claims in the suit that she was called to testify in front of a grand jury investigating allegations of fraud made by Jackson against a man named Mitchell Green at his company, Sire Spirits. In 2024, Mayers said she received a text after receiving a subpoena to testify in a lawsuit against Sire Spirits. The text says Mayers texted, "Who is this?" The The sender responded, Ja Rule. Mayers responded, who are you trying to reach? The sender responded, Curtis. Mayers responded, who gave you this number? Mayers said Ja Rule had never, ever called her, not even once. And 50 Cent and Ja Rule had been in a public feud for decades.
Hey, man. This is pretty wild, man. This is what I mean, man. When I say 50 Cent isn't worried, it's Ja Rule. Man, this is almost it's just too funny to be real. You know, it's like, are they serious?
And the night before her deposition in the Sire Spirit civil case, Mayers said she received this text that said, you will suffer, Fifth, a name used by 50 Cent. During the deposition, Mayers' suit claims that one of 50 Cent's lawyers questioned her about the unsolved 2006 murder of Busta Rhymes' security guard, Israel Ramirez, at a video shoot in Brooklyn. Mayers' suit claims the incident involved G-Unit affiliates, including 50 Cent. Mayers said she didn't work for Jackson then, and after the deposition, she received a threatening voicemail. The suit states, the campaign did not stop. On August 3rd, 2024, beginning before dawn, Ms. Mayers received 15 calls in roughly 3 hours, including voicemails stating, bang, bang, I shot you down. Exactly 1 year later, she received 15 more calls, same date, same count, same pre-dawn timing. When Ms. Mayers reported the conduct in court, Judge Melissa Crane stated, I mean, this has never happened in any case I've ever had. In the end, Mayers says she has suffered lost wages and intentional infliction of emotional distress. She's asking for damages. But Curtis Jackson's lawyers say they will fight this lawsuit to the end. In a statement to Law and Crime, Jackson's lawyers wrote, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and his representatives categorically and strenuously deny the baseless allegations made in a recent civil complaint filed by Monique Mayers, a former employee terminated for cause on or about March 27, 2019. To date, Mr. Jackson has not been formally served with any pleadings, nor have his representatives been contacted by opposing counsel regarding this matter. It is highly unusual that a lawsuit of this nature was apparently circulated to the press before it was seemingly filed, evidencing that these claims are entirely without merit and are nothing more than a stunt to garner media attention and damage Mr. Jackson's reputation.
Now, as you can see right here, it's very clear. He said someone inside prison prank calling her phone. Oh, she better run after the lawsuit. My thing is, this is how wild and crazy this is. This is supposed to stop 50 Cent. 50 Cent's going down. Oh, this is so frivolous that when you look at it, it's like, how was this even filed? You haven't worked there in 7 years. You have not worked with 50 Cent for 7 years. It's trash, absolute trash. So if I was 50, I wouldn't be worried either.
Ms. Mayers is a disgruntled former employee who was terminated for cause over 5 years ago. This lawsuit is nothing more than a transparent attempt to use the guise of a legal proceeding to seek an unjustified payday well outside of the applicable statute of limitations. Tellingly, Ms. Mayers has chosen to employ counsel who is currently engaged in separate ongoing litigation against Mr. Jackson on behalf of Shaniqua Tompkins. This connection further underscores the retaliatory and opportunistic nature of this filing. Furthermore, Mr. Jackson takes any and all threats to himself, his current and former employees, and any witnesses incredibly seriously. Contrary to the false narratives being peddled in this complaint.
Now, as you can see, now the shroud is falling, and you can see it for what it truly is. And when you see it for what it truly is, then you start to see it in its whole circumference. You start to see what the matter really is. His baby mama's lawyer has got in contact with this woman. So now they finna do Baby Mama Unites. So when they do Baby Mama Unites, this is what they want to do. So now you see the real culprit here. The lawyer is trying to get them all together because he knows she's got this $1 million lawsuit she's filing to try to get her name back because he owns her likeness rights. So anything about him and details about their relationship, she's not allowed to share. So for her to go through this, G-Unit Films and G-Unit Books are suing her. And she claimed that they forced her into signing some paperwork, and she signed it under duress because she wants to get out of the deal. So there's $1 million lawsuit on her head right now that she's going through fighting 50 Cent's company, G-Unit Books. So right now they're trying this heavy, like this power and unity. Go get everybody who's mad at 50 and get together. So the lawyer used that strategy. Right then and there, you've already messed up.
When these alleged threats were brought to light, Mr. Jackson's legal counsel actively encouraged Ms. Mayers to go to the authorities. Moreover, Mr. Jackson's counsel proactively reported these alleged threats to law enforcement as well to ensure they were thoroughly investigated. We look forward to vigorously defending against these false claims in a court of law and anticipate a swift dismissal of this frivolous lawsuit. Okay, so let's dig into this. I want to bring in Brian McMonigal. He's a criminal defense attorney, also has represented Bill Cosby and rapper Meek Mill. So, Brian, thanks for coming on. I want to get your thoughts first off about this lawsuit.
So thanks for having me. And first off, here we go again. You know, another celebrity filing. This one's a little different than some of the others we've seen recently, including Jay-Z's that was dealt with in his favor. I'm really confused by some of the legal problems the plaintiff has here. What jumps out at me as a trial lawyer is a statute of limitations problem with the lawsuit. You know, in all states, there are statutes of limitations. Georgia's no different. It's usually a couple years on a civil claim, and you're going to have charged conduct within the time period of that statute. And despite the fact that there's text messages here, et cetera, that are being referred to as threats, without connecting them specifically to the defendant, I don't know how plaintiff gets past a motion to dismiss based on a statute of limitations argument, but TBD.
Yeah, TBD is for sure. I think we have learned some interesting things here. If everything that she's claiming in this lawsuit is true, or at least some things, there have been apparently FBI investigations related to 50 Cent. She's saying, you know, she's been in touch with the FBI. She's been called in front of grand juries to testify. So it sounds like they've been investigating him over the years, but no charges have been filed.
Yeah.
Well, lady, you're saying things out of context. The FBI investigation was going on into different things that had nothing to do with him. So there wasn't the FBI investigation. They were looking into Sire Spirits for corruption and fraud, and they were testifying in that. They weren't investigating 50 Cent. Now, she's trying to turn it that, oh, she had to defend 50 Cent. No, the feds were calling them in a lawsuit that inquired about Sire Spirits and what they were doing. The feds were looking into that case. And it was a lawsuit. It had nothing to do with 50 Cent being there. But she is really out of bounds right now, trying to just ride the conspiracy theory wave.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, the good news for her is she's been a dutiful reporter or complainer, if you will, of misconduct. But law enforcement apparently investigated this and found nothing. So, again, for the defense, you're in a much better position where you've had the complaint. It's been referenced to law enforcement, and they've said, "Hey, we don't see anything here." So it's kind of, it's a mixed bag for the plaintiff, I think.
Boom. You went to the authorities. They told you to go to the authorities. And what did you do? They investigated it and found zero. Attempt murder, get a year of probation. Boy, did you clear what you faced? You must not heard me. I done told you I'm a boss. He good, but I ain't chubby like Ricky Ross. Hey. Thrown out. Thrown out before it even show up because it's garbage. It is absolute trash. But it's absolute trash. Mm-hmm. So just like this lady keeps trying to, like, there's actually been an investigation and the feds were looking into them. They looked at this and said, there's nothing here. Now, if the federal government look at all of this and they discover that there's nothing there, then there's nothing there. They don't even have to be women. They go find other former employees. Other people said they were bullied, intimidated, and I'm like, well, if it's that hostile of a work environment, she said I was under all of this and I never complained. Well, it sounds like you're complaining right now. So if you went through all of that and not complain, well, how the hell are you making a lawsuit saying that you was under duress and bullying and intimidation and all of this while working? But I never complained. So if you never complained, then you were okay with it. You defeat your whole statement in your whole argument in that statement. That's like somebody filed a lawsuit, said I was bullied, intimidated, and threatened and, forced to commit crimes, but I never complained. Then why are we here? But I never complained. Sound like you're complaining right now, we wouldn't be here. So all of this sounds like rubbish. Absolute rubbish. The feds investigated. Did they find anything? No. End of story. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for playing EA Sports. Good night. Yeah, you should worship the ground I walk on. I'll make meals on the track I talk on. 50 don't call me, nigga. I want to talk it out. 40 cal hit your leg. Go ahead and walk it out. I see it clear. You trying to sabotage Jimmy. See how people act after they sip some Henny? I send Haitian dudes at you. Yeah, so passe, so pearl. They don't play. But cause that nigga on camera and it's okay. Cause my money's so long, make the shit go away. Temp murder. Get a year probation. Nigga, you clear what you facing. You must ain't hear me. I done told you I'm a boss. Eat good, but I ain't chubby like Ricky Ross. Word on the street is 50's not Jay. Y'all better stay out of his way. Mm-hmm. Well, everyone is caught up, for for lack of a better word. They caught up to what's going on. You know, many of us we understand the plight. It's like the flight of the It's like the flight of the bumblebee. You know, people are confused about the angles that other people play. And when they get into these different phrases, they're stuck. You know, and in society, that's what you have. You have people who are stuck in the mud and they can't go. They want to get the situation up and running and they just can't. They don't know how. So they just stuck in the mud for no reason. So anyway, I didn't want to take up all your time. So let's get back to listening to the.
In that they vetted it, they didn't find anything, and here we go with a lawsuit. Plus, this lawsuit seems to be tied to a different one. Same lawyer, same defendant, and so again, the defense in this case is really armed with a lot of ammunition here to defend this, I think.
Yep, and he's right. Armed with a lot to defend. Because one, what is the crime? I have not heard a crime here yet. I've been hearing just theory.
I do find it interesting that she said these texts and everything, the text messages, and then later the voicemails, which she said were verified by a sheriff's detective, that they documented these. She said they went on for years and she was scared and they freaked her out, but then she never reported them. And, you know, I would think that the FBI and the sheriff's office would have the tools to probably track this down. Track down who owns the phones, unless they're burners, or who had control of the phones, things of that nature. Especially if somebody's calling somebody in the middle of the night and saying bang, bang, you know, you're dead or whatever. I mean, that seems pretty concerning after you have been in front of a judge for a deposition.
Yeah, I mean,
this lady is hilarious. Lady, it's a song called Bang Bang, I Shot You Down with Nancy Sinatra. Whoever called her was playing the record in the song. Bang, bang, I shot you down. Bang, bang, that awful sound. I used to shoot you down. Bang, bang. So, hey, I don't know. Maybe it was Young Buck that called him. Because you know, Buck remade that. Yeah. And it was in the movie Kill Bill. So when you saw that old Nancy Sinatra song used in Kill Bill, I remember we saw Kill Bill, people was, dude, that song was crazy. That bang bang, I shot you down, doom doom, dum 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 dum. Them strings. My cousin who rapped, we went back and saw Kill Bill again just to hear that song. This was Kill Bill. This was way before you could just go and pull up the song on YouTube. When Kill Bill was out, man, we went out there just so we could hear that song. And he wanted to get to that part so he could record that. And he was like, I need that. When I record, I need that bang bang thing right there. So he went to the movie theaters so he could record the movie when it's actually saying the doggone song and the words. He just didn't even remember what part it was. That's how critical that was. And Young Buck ended up coming out with the song, with the beat, the bang bang. Bang bang. So we weren't the only ones thinking like that. So when the lady she said, bang, bang, I shot you down. I'm like, whoever was trolling you was playing the Nancy Sinatra song. Bang, bang, I shot you down. Oh man, this is hilarious. And this lady is treating it like they're calling her saying, bang, bang, I shot you down. I'll shoot you. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I'm sitting here just cracking up because I know where it's
You sound like juror number 4. I mean, that's the problem for the plaintiff in this case. There's just a void here in terms of reporting. And then why didn't you take steps to just avoid it completely with your phone, et cetera? So I wonder whether the timing is just so problematic for the plaintiff where they really can't get anywhere. And maybe that's the reason that they, publicly flush the lawsuit, maybe as an attempt to get a quick settlement in the case. My guess is there won't be one. Although I will say this, what is problematic for the defense is that this is somebody that was in his inner circle, and that can't be denied. It's also someone who apparently was threatened. That can't be denied. They're not good facts for the defendant. But from a legal standpoint, plaintiffs got some real challenges ahead. Avoiding statutes of limitations, avoiding the questions that you've raised fairly, just in terms of why you wait.
She claims too, she was doing the job, she says, of 3 executives and didn't complain, didn't ask for additional compensation. She did the job of 3 executives for 3 years. And then during that time, she said basically there were 3 strikes in 2019 where she refused to cover up or do things that were illegal at the request of Curtis Jackson. And if that is actually true, is that problematic for Curtis Jackson? She's claiming that he wanted her to hide income from the bankruptcy court, do things like that. She wanted her to file a false police report, which she didn't end up doing. So I guess there was no crime committed there. But the bankruptcy court stuff, I mean, when you start talking about hiding money from the feds, they don't like that. So are these things that could be problematic for 50 Cent if those things are indeed true?
The allegations are problematic. I mean, she's accused him of mail fraud. She's accused him of any number of crimes. The problem, again, is apparently the FBI has investigated these allegations and they haven't gone anywhere. And there haven't been any criminal charges. And now we're at an hour where criminal charges aren't going to be brought and civil charges may be barred because of the statute of limitations. So everything she accuses him of is disparaging. A couple of crimes.
Right. Everything she says is disparaging. Like, but she never asked for a raise. She never did. That's on her fault. What would she need a raise for? You can raise her ass up out of there. All I'm hearing is reasons why she was fired. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm hearing. Mm. Yeah. No, what they're actually talking about, does it have legs? Some of it though, but not to the extent of what everyone else is believing. Everything is going to come back to two words: statute of limitations. Feds already investigated. It's an easy case. They will go nowhere with this. But no, we got all of this, and the feds, they're gonna know. The feds already looked at it, right? They've investigated, and they found nothing. So if they've investigated and they found nothing, why am I paying? Makes no sense to me. So I will leave now, and I shall return. Yeah, I got to run some errands, but I will cover the Manchester United game. Yes, sir.